Anthropologists have known for a very long time that it could not have been likely that human mothers could have successfully reared their children to independence on their own. We have multiple dependent children at the same time, and so we don't move one child from infancy into independence before we have another one. One major focus of my research is investigating the cooperative child rearing hypothesis, that throughout our human history we likely had non-maternal allo mothers, non-maternal caregivers. Multiple people could fulfill that role. I work with two groups, the Aka tropical forest foragers. They reside in the Congo basin rainforest. On average, about 20 individuals interact with children each day. And for the Ngandu, they are a settled farming population. They have about 10 to 12 caregivers per day, but that's still quite a bit more than American children have. If we use the Aka as an example, children are held throughout the day. They sleep with their parents. They breastfeed on demand. They are in almost constant physical contact with their caregivers. And that has an impact on children's social and psychological development. Here in the United States, we don't hold our children anywhere near that. We often have them sleep by themselves. Breastfeeding, although it's on the increase, is nowhere near 3+ years. And so we see a tremendous difference in the cultural components of child rearing throughout the world, and yet our understanding of seemingly universal models of child development are based on Western child rearing practices. Although the United States is culturally diverse, we certainly see that more and more women are in the workforce nowadays, and that families are grappling with how to rear children in this new environment. I think it's definitely influencing in some respects, the anxiety that many American mothers are feeling today in terms of feeling the weight of all of that caregiving responsibility on their shoulders, and somehow that sharing that responsibility is not being a good mother. In our recent history, we had a time frame where women weren't working, and that time frame has influenced how we think today that mothers should be home and that they should be the sole caregiver for their child. But that is a historical blip. Women have always had to work, whether we're talking about a hunter-gatherer population or farming populations, it doesn't matter. Women have always worked throughout our history. Studies that are investigating the impacts of non-maternal care on child development can certainly offer us a much broader understanding of how children have been reared, what is healthy for children, and also places our current situation in a much broader context.
Yeah, see,